It's 10 trivia questions on 80s pop culture for Patreon subscriber Brandon Lavin. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out the show, and thanks for being a Patreon subscriber. $1 a month gets you the show completely ad-free if you hate ads, and $12 a year. You can go completely ad-free. Check it out at patreon.com/trivia with Buds. I am a big fan of podcasts with no ads, or the ability to turn the ads off. So if I was listening to this podcast, I would do it. Just putting that out there. And I will tell you that we're doing a Patreon topic week, which I do from time to time. I try and play catch up, and I go through the big grid of topics that you guys pick for the show, patrons of the show. And right now, I decided to do just the very top, 5 things for this week. So Ben Stitzel and Brandon Lavin will have all the topics that they've picked through June 2024 recorded. But then we have tons more, like Chris Arneson wants Mr. Bean, early MTV videos, Peru, British cuisine, electricity, the spelling bee, psych disorders, Dia de los Muertos, and Alaska, all through the end of the year. So Chris has very varied tastes there. Courtney Cassal wants sitcoms, Anne Hathaway, Disneyland, dog breeds, children's books, and parenthood. And let's see, Aaron Burgess wants countries of the world by continent, Bob's Burgers, 90s Nickelodeon shows, and more. So lots of fun topics coming up, all picked by Patreon members of the show. Go to patreon.com/trivia with Buds and join up for $5 a month or more, and you get to pick some topics. We are going to dive into that quiz on 80s pop culture, but before we get there, we've got the letter G, and the categories are 4-letter words, things found in New York, and reptiles and amphibians. 4-letter words, things found in New York, and reptiles and amphibians. Listen for my 3 G answers at the end of the episode, along with a fun fact of the day about running shoes. We're all warmed up. We're ready to go, and we're diving into 80s pop culture. Here we go. It's 80s pop culture trivia question number 1. What short-lived legwear was most famously sported by MC Hammer? Number 1, what short-lived legwear was most famously sported by MC Hammer? Question number 2, who made the Dynatac 8000X, the earliest mobile phone, launched on the first U.S. 1G network in 1983. Who made that first cell phone, the Dynatac 8000X, in 1983? Number 3, just watched this movie with my kids for the first time. They loved it. Which of these household tasks was not an important lesson taught by Mr. Miyagi in The Karate Kid? Paint the fence, sand the floor, or scrub the wall? Which of these was not a lesson taught by Mr. Miyagi in Karate Kid? Paint the fence, sand the floor, scrub the wall. Number 4, still the heaviest player to score a Super Bowl touchdown. What was the nickname of Chicago Bears William Perry? Number 4, still the heaviest player to score a Super Bowl touchdown. What was the nickname of Chicago Bears player William Perry? Number 5, on which sketch comedy show did The Simpsons make their debut in 1987? Number 5, on which sketch comedy show did The Simpsons make their debut in 1987? Number 6, which band had their Grammy revoked when it was revealed that they were lip-syncing to their songs? Number 6, which band had their Grammy revoked when it was revealed that they were lip-syncing to their songs? Number 7, which video game character was introduced with the tagline, "The new femme fatale of the game world"? Number 7, which video game character was introduced with the tagline, "The new femme fatale of the game world"? Number 8, what 1984 movie starred Bill Murray and Slimer? Number 8, what 1984 movie starred Bill Murray and Slimer? Number 9, on what show would you find a character named Theo Huxtable? Number 9, on what show would you find a character named Theo And number 10, what popular bears were created in 1981? What popular bears were created in 1981? Your bonus question for 2 points: besides George Michael, who is the other performer in Wham? Who is the other guy in Wham? Those are all of your questions for Pop Culture 80s Edition for Brandon Lavin. We'll be right back with the answers after this. We are back with the answers to some 80s trivia. Let's see how you did. Number 1, what short-lived legwear was most famously sported by MC Hammer? Parachute pants. Number 1, I used to wear a version of those, like athletic pants, but they were real puffy in the mid-90s. Like every day, the same black pair for weeks at a time. Number 2, who made the Dynatec 8000, the earliest mobile phone? That was Motorola. 1983. Number 3, which of these household tasks was not an important lesson taught by Mr. Miyagi in Karate Kid? It was scrub the wall. So paint the fence and sand the floor are good, but scrub the wall, no good. Number 4, still the heaviest player to score a Super Bowl touchdown. What was the nickname of Chicago Bears player William Perry? The Refrigerator. He actually competed in a WrestleMania Battle Royal. It was 2 or 3, I forget. Number 5, 80s pop culture. On which sketch comedy show did The Simpsons make their debut? 1987, The Tracy Ullman Show. Number 6, which band had their Grammy revoked when it was revealed that they were lip-syncing to their songs? Milli Vanilli. Number 7, which video game character was introduced with the tagline, the new femme fatale of the game world? Miss Pac-Man. Number 8, what 1984 movie stars Bill Murray and Slimer? That's, of course, Ghostbusters. Number 9, on what show would you find Theo Huxtable? The Cosby Show. Bad guy, great show. Number 10, what popular bears were created in 1981? Care Bears. And number 11, besides George Michael, who was the other performer in Wham? That was Andrew Ridgeley. And there you have it. Thank you so much, Brandon Lavin, for picking 80s pop culture. If you want to be like Brandon, go to patreon.com/trivia with buds and donate $5 a month or more on the Patreon. And I'll send you the link to the grid, the Excel file, the Google sheet, where you can fill in all your picks for the end of the year. Fact of the day is, in 2019, a pair of 1972 running shoes, one of the first pairs made by Nike, sold for $437,500. Almost $500,000 for those shoes from the 70s. And your letter is G, 4-letter words. Let's go with goal, like in soccer. Things found in New York, specifically in movies, and I guess in real life, gangsters. And reptiles and amphibians, how about a gecko? Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend. And we'll see you next time for more trivia with me. Cheers.